Cambodia, they normally do Jibritsu, and that way you don't get the COVID-19. It's like American way. You shake hand, you get COVID-19. So I would say Jibritsu, okay, I hope you can speak Khmer and you understand Khmer. Well, you are all from Khmer, right? Okay. First of all, thank you very much and congratulate to all of you who have finished your first step of the hurdle in your life. Hopefully, this is your first step in the hurdle of your life. And I would like you, each and every one of you, to introduce yourself. You know, you have 1 minute to tell your name, where you're from, and what school, and all of that stuff. So please go ahead, start with whoever sitting on top. Lydia, right?
Yes, leader.
Oh,
So,
Lydia.
yeah, it's okay. So, my name is Lida M. Right now, I live in Santimer City from California. I graduated from Americans Intercorn School in 2018, and I came to United States at the end of 2019. Currently, I attend to Mountain San Antonio College in major in business administration. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the next one. Who's next one? Davy?
Yeah.
Introduce yourself, please.
Yeah. So thing Davy. My name is Davy. I'm from Long Beach, California, and I just graduated this year from Long Beach College. And I'm going to Stanford University in the fall to study business, hopefully international business, or if that doesn't work out for me, I'm thinking psychiatry and medicine.
That's good. And next one would be Katie. Hello, Katie. Introduce yourself, please.
My name is Katie. I'm from Long Beach, California. I graduated this year from Long Beach Polytechnic. I plan to attend Cal State University of Long Beach, and I'm majoring in cellular and molecular and physiology.
Wow. Good job. And the next one would be Pechini.
Okay. I'm Pechini Kung. I'm currently in North Carolina, Charlotte, but I graduated from Kearney, Nebraska, from a school called Kearney Catholic High School. And this fall, I'm going to be attending Central Piedmont Community School College. And well, for the major, I'm not sure yet. It's either cosmetology or business, because I'm not sure if cosmetology is open for international students. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And we have Ren. Hello, Ren. Can you introduce yourself? Hello,
Darren, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry.
Can you introduce yourself?
I'm I'm Darren. I'm from Long Beach, California. I graduated from Long Beach Poly High School, and I'm going into the Marines and Cal State Long Beach at the same time. And I'm majoring in pre-mechanical engineering.
That's good. Thank you, Chakra.
My name is Chakra. I'm from Long Beach, California, and I recently graduated from Long Beach Poly High School as well. In the fall, I will be attending Dickinson College in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and I'll be majoring in English and journalism.
Wow, Pennsylvania, far away from home. Nalina?
My name is Selena Sin. I graduated from Millikan High School in Long Beach, California. And this fall, I'll be attending UC Santa Barbara, majoring in psychological and brain sciences, hoping to go on the pre-med track.
Wow. Good job. Aaron?
Okay. Hello, my name is Aaron. I'm from Long Beach, California. I graduated from Long Beach Poly High School too. I plan to attend UC Berkeley in the fall and major in microbial biology, and hopefully minor in toxicology or epidemiology and attend med school.
Good job. My son graduated from UC Berkeley in 2012. Chan Sopentra.
You guys can call me I'm Joseph Salcido. I'm from Rochester, New York, and I'm graduating from the school called All University High School. It's a Catholic school, and this fall I'll be attending Carnegie Mellon University for art, and I hope to double minor in game design and special effects and animation.
Do you speak Spanish? ¿Habla español?
Unfortunately, I do not. My dad didn't teach me very well.
Well, your last name is Spanish, so sounds like you can speak Spanish. Okay, Ratana Dara.
បាទជំរាបសួរខ្ញុំឈ្មោះរតនតារារុនខ្ញុំមកពីក្រុង Jacksonville, Florida. I graduated from Paxton School for Advanced Studies and I'll be attending Florida State College at Jacksonville in the fall, majoring in business administration.
Okay, I guess that's everybody, right? So we have 11. We're missing like 7, but I guess some of the student is probably working right now. I guess part-time so that you can earn money for your college, and we know how expensive it is college in the U.S. Especially if you move out of town instead of stay in Long Beach, Accra. You're going all the way to Pennsylvania. It's going to be morning and it's going to be everything else. Okay, I guess we received a really good, it's amazing essay from all of you guys there. But before we start, I want to pass this to John. John will tell the reason why we created this and why we give you this opportunity. So go ahead, John.
All right, hey guys. I think a lot of you guys probably get tons of emails, and I think some of you probably sick and tired of the who the heck is John Chen send me at 4 a.m. in the morning, right? Probably Penn got that at 4 a.m. in the morning. So I want to thank Tony Lai and Tony T for supporting this particular project. It was a very impromptu in a sense because of I volunteer for the leadership development program with the city of Long Beach in helping the youth and education during this COVID-19, and I've seen a lot of kids going through semi-depression mode and asking their parents whether they are going to graduate or not. And then I did some research and I found out that the Cambodian American has the lowest graduation rate in America. And if you guys live in Long Beach, in certain areas, you understand that you've seen a lot of shooting, a lot of gang activities. And I think last week there were one Cambodian was shot. And again, the goal, the why behind it is I'm trying to, I know some of you, and we're extremely proud to see you guys graduate. Some of you I've seen the other day was just a little girl, right? And then before you knew it, you graduated, right? I saw this through your parents posting graduation and all this stuff. So we just shocked. And at the same time, to tell the world how proud we are. So we kind of discussing about this idea just to interview and to make all of you guys feel how extremely proud we are that you guys succeed. And most of you guys achieve this despite of all the obstacles in your family, in your community, and also despite of COVID. And some of you managed to get to Stanford. Some of you managed to get scholarship, and some of you, like again, the Lena get the golden gown and so on and so forth. So I mean, I'm very proud. And then I talked to Tony Lai and talked to everyone about this, just to honor and make you guys feel and know that we're really proud of you guys. And again, we just talked, it was a last minute sort of initiative. We didn't really plan for it. And then Tony Lai is a bit crazy. He would say, "Hey, why don't we just instead of just appreciate them, right? How about I talk to a few friends, and if they could donate, I would give them a free airtime." And we asked the kids to write us an essay, and we given them scholarship. So I think I'm a little bit a little bit crazy as Tony. So I say, yeah, go for it, right? Let's do it. So we talked to Tony T, and also we want to thank Dr. Lee for joining us. Dr. Lee probably have a few hours sleep last night, so we asked everyone to join on board. And there's a lot of, later on for those of you that received this scholarship, hopefully you could thank all the donors publicly. And again, the goal was just to appreciate and thank you guys. The goal was just to make sure that hopefully all of you guys could inspire the next generation, the next Cambodian American to graduate. So let's hope this is just a small initiative, and we did not expect to do what we do today. And believe it or not, we were planning to just only pick top 3 candidates. But you guys rise. The essay was so amazing. Some people even cry reading some of you guys' essay. And some of you guys were talking about lunch and in and out, and I was there with you guys eating your lunch or in and out, and it was amazing, right? So some of these essays inspire all of us that we are going to delay the outcome for a little bit, because we don't want to just pick 3 people. We are planning to probably give it to 5 people. And trust me, it's not easy at all. Some of us losing sleep. We don't know who to pick because you guys are just fantastic. So again, the why behind is we just want to tell you guys that we are extremely proud. And also the why behind it is that hopefully you could inspire the next Cambodian American to overcome the obstacles and to graduate. And hopefully 5 or 10 years from now, we can look back and say, hey, you know what? The class of 2020 initiated something and inspired the Cambodian American. Right now, we are not at the lowest graduation rate in America anymore because of we did something. We did not let this crisis go to waste. And that's my why behind it. And I want to thank everyone that have donated to this particular cause. And I want to thank Tony Lai for taking on this particular project, Tony T with your little kids, and Dr. Lee with your busy schedule. So I think that's all for me for my why behind this. And I hope and I thank all of you guys for joining this particular interesting journey. Thanks.
All right. So John, thank you for that. I'm gonna go ahead and add to that. My name's Tony T, community activist and a longtime member of a Long Beach community. I did graduate from Pauley High School in 1997 as well. So Jackrabbits, go ahead. All right. So I just want to let everybody know that your generation, that you graduated from high school, you were born also in a time of uncertainty during the World Trade Center bombing, or I would say airplane crash, right? So you were born into a time of uncertainty, and now you are moving forward into another time of uncertainty. So there's a lot of challenges that you faced and that you came through, and that you guys went through. The economy that went down as well in 2009 and all that. So there's a lot of things that you went through that you probably don't even know that affected you. But very, very, I would say, time period. It's not normal. You were born in a time that was not normal, and you graduated in a time that's not normal. So for you guys to overcome that and to graduate, and not only graduate but move into a place of higher learning, and take your time to write these essays, I just want to congratulate everybody. And I can relate to each and every single one of you guys. As you know, Cambodian American growing up in the 80s, 90s, a lot of challenges. and I have a senior daughter as well. So those challenges are different than what you guys are going through, but at the same time, they impact your life in a different way. So thank you for being a part of this. And to those that don't win the scholarship, you are still winners because you shared your story. You actually sat down, took the time to write it and express how you feel as a Cambodian American. And I would like to say thank you. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, let's hear from Dr. Lee. Dr. Lee is an MD, medical doctor. She's a family doctor, practice in Long Beach. She moved into Long Beach, I think, about how long? 2-3 years ago, doctor? 2 years ago?
Well, yeah, about 3 years ago, I came back to Long Beach, actually. I grew up in Long Beach.
She's been a doctor for over 20 years. So, doctor, let's go ahead.
Yeah, so I met John, and of course Tony Tay through the community. We're pretty much very involved in the community, and that's why when Mr. Tony Lai, he is my co-host for the Our Health is First, where we do something for the health, and a lot of people watch his program, and I really last time we met briefly. I congratulate him for his heart of service to the community, and John said. 2020 marks a year of a lot of turmoil and all, but looking back to have you guys as the first recipients of this impromptu, scholarship awards, actually that started out with just recognition. It's such a milestone for him to take this on. And when you do good things for the community, you have partners that you partner with, and people will come alongside. So you'll see that, you'll know that Khmer TV is the only Khmer television that is available for free for people to watch. And a lot of the Cambodian populations do watch this, and they appreciate it. And so you guys will be celebrated with them, So anyway, back about to me is I came in the state in the early 80s. So gone through a lot. I was reading through your guys' essay. And it was amazing to see some similarity, especially the exchange students, between and all, talking about, some of you talk about how long it takes to go to school, a few hours just to get to school, right? And then there are some of you that I had gone through and I can identify with. I think it was Dararun, right? He struggled through learning himself, loved the music and loved the tradition, and there was no one to turn to. When we came in the early 80s, there was nobody to show us the way. And so the passion was there, so he learned. So like you, I self-taught piano too. And so music kept us going, kept me out of trouble. There's some essay I read that where even though they lived among such a bad neighborhood, the parent encouraged and make sure that you do the right thing. This is why. And so I think that we just want to congratulate you. I said, I'm very busy, like they said, but I normally every year sponsor a student through another organization. We have a graduation every year for them. This year, COVID took that away, but we're actually going to do that next week as a drive-through to award as well. So we welcome you all. And I think some of I'm Jack Rabbit, and also I was at Wilson partly, but then I moved to Orange County. So my son is at Milliken this year. He's a senior as well. And I didn't know, your guy has a traditional gold road. We drove by the graduation and like, gold road, yay, 4+, and he take all these APs. So for you guys to be here, have read your essay. I love somebody write such beautiful language. I wish I could write like that. I see you guys are the future of so it's really good. Okay, so keep up doing it, and we'll go more and explore more of what gifts you guys have. And we were just talking, we were smiling ear to ear last night. John, Chen, and Tony Tay. We all could identify because we have kids too. And he was telling, "Oh, your son is such an athletic." My son also played water polo at Milliken. So it's a very different generation for you guys and us. You have a lot more resources. But I'm glad you reach out to the community, and don't forget to give back. That's all I can remind you, because our community need all the help. Yeah.
Thank you very much from each and every one of you. And I just want to say congratulations to each and every one of you for passing this first hurdle. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to come. What we planned to raise $5,000. Right now, we're not going to announce yet because we want to give more money to each and every one of you. And I know that if you guys waiting for a week or 2 weeks, it would not hurt to add more money. So we still a little bit short of the $5,000. That's my goal was $5,000, but we're still a little bit short of the $5,000. So we want to wait a few more weeks, and when we get another 5,000, we will email and let you guys know, and we're gonna announce one more time because the essay is just so good. We want to give each and every one of you at least something, even though you don't. The big winner will get more, of course, but the one that are not winning, we're still going to give you something just to appreciate and thanks for having a contest. But there's one more thing that I'm planning on doing also is that when this is all over, every 6 months I'm going to give away $1,000 every 6 months. So all you have to do is just write a story, anything, any kind of story. You write, you submit to Khmer TV, we're gonna pick the winner. Every 6 months you get 1,000. So if you can write every 6 months, you're gonna get $1,000 every 6 months. Okay, so that's a new thing that I just thought this morning. That I know it's $1,000 maybe not, but at least going to help you a little bit for your school, for your book, car, insurance, whatever you ever need. At least something from me. And if we can find, and I believe this is probably going to be our first. Well, this is our first, but probably is not going to be our last. Hopefully, we're going to keep doing this every year. And as time go by, we probably going to expand so that we can expand to more of the Cambodian community kids, including different part of the places in different part of the world, and not just locally here. We just want to help you guys succeed in life. Just like what you have to look back when I don't know, most of your parents probably similar to me. When we come here, we hardly speak English. We work very hard, and we make something to at least feed you and let you go to school without doing anything else. But now that you are all grown up and you really smart, you graduate. Hopefully one day in the future, when you finish, you're going to make a lot of money and you can come back and you can help the community, so you can continue our legacy, so you can help more Cambodian and be proud of the Cambodian community in, doesn't matter where we are. So does any one of you want to say something? I want to ask a question.
He's gonna have more than one question.
I have not seen any one of the students talking about technology. I'm technology guy, so I haven't seen any one of the students that taking technology as seriously as I think it would be, because in my thinking, in the future, technology going to dominate our life. The main thing would be they call AI. I don't know if you guys know about it. You probably do, heard or hear or see, or probably, sure. But that probably going to be the future. And the 5G network, that's going to help facilitate, and the information from the internet will make the AI much smarter and smarter. So is any one of you working on studying or thinking about anything in technology?
Well, at first, my main major, I wanted to do computer science or computer engineering. So computers, like programming and stuff like that as well.
Oh, great.
I think when I was reading an essay, one of you mentioned art and digital media, and I think for me, how I understood for you guys is your generation is so advanced in the digital age. I mean, my daughter was 3 when she was trying to text on my phone. She's now 11. She knows everything. So I think they're pretty savvy, and Mr. Tony was right, because artificial intelligence is going to dominate, but there's also all these fields that's going to be using these. So if you guys have any special skill he would like to know right now, and that way, that he'll be so proud as an IT guy to know what Cambodian community is up to with all these talents and all these skills that are budding. Things that yeah. Anyone else that can answer that question?
I could say a little bit. I was the one that wrote that essay. One of the things I was interested in, I, I was actually interested in computer science too, and one of the things I'm interested in virtual reality applications because I wanted to go into game design, and I think there's a lot of opportunity within that, especially for education. Like for example, one of the things we're using at virtual reality for right now at UPenn is help people train for different certain how to respond to different emergency situations, and so we'd be putting in simulations to reenact that type of environment, and then they would commence with the training. And I think there's a lot of opportunity within that. So that's what I'm interested in.
That's awesome. And to that point from a medical aspect, and so I grew, I came in the early '80s, so I was also in the PACE program. So I saw a PACE person, Jackrabbit, and then my homeschool was right. So when I became a doctor back in the late '90s, when you do have a gallstone, gallbladder surgery, they have, and then other kind of surgery, they have, most of the time they have to cut you open, and then there's a really big scar. And then as year progresses, technology advances, right? So now they just use, the laparoscopic technique, so a robot can even do that. And that's very important, even for brain surgery, especially those, because it's so micro, so small. The computer is very accurate, and your human is not even compared to that. So whatever field you're going into, just make sure the technologies are, there by your side, because you'll need that. It's just like I took typing skill in 7th grade when I first came here many moons ago. My friends took other things, but I took typing. But now it's helpful because typing, we're doing electronic carding all the time. So just always think of, I think somebody, when I was reading through, have two career in the back of their mind, because that's always good. They say, if this one doesn't work out for me, I might go into that one. But your goal is to finish. This is your first step, is graduation from high school, and then lining up what's the next step to get you to where. But don't ever forget about the human connection, your network. And that's why we're all out here to connect with you.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that. I actually graduated from University of DeVry University. They were one of the first trade schools to do electronics, communication, computer science. So I went into electronic technician degree, and later on went to get my bachelor's in business in technical management. So it helped me as a tool to get to the jobs that provided for me and my family. At the end of the day, I still pursued my entrepreneur side, which was entertainment, and now real estate. So, use technology as a tool to navigate through your life, whether if it's medical field, like Dr. Christine, that Christine Lee was mentioning, just like Tony Lai, he's doing TV, and also he's doing communication. And I'm pretty sure John also has some technical background too. So anything you go into life, just make sure you guys apply and keep up with technology. I think that's a very good point that Tony Lai brings up. So just wanted to share that.
John, you have something, John?
Well, for me, I can tell you right now, Tony Lai, some of these students may not have IT as their major, but I think we are living with the generation that IT is a part of our lives, right? For example, my 10 years old son, he didn't really take any IT courses, but the thing is, he codes some program, he codes some game, and he just go to Google and then he just signed up for some free gaming coding. And now he has a YouTube channel. It's called FrokyTube Gaming 168. He has more than 3,000 views on one of his video. You know what? I've been on YouTube for almost 10 years. I have 5 views. Okay, so I think he's doing a good job, because the thing is, the younger generation now, they live and breathe with technology. They, for example, Katie didn't really go to design school, but she designed a cab that I was so inspired. I couldn't find who to really give the credit to, and I kept sharing and sharing until Peter pointed out that, hey, Katie is the one that do that. So I started to, give the credit. So Katie, I apologize, but I love your design so much, and it's amazing. All these younger generation now the design, the technology, they're living and breathing with that. And I totally agree with Dr. Lee that technology is really important. Design and art is very important, but the most important piece is the human connection, right? It's the relationship building. And I hope you guys will take this opportunity to stay connected and again be the role model for the next generation. So now I just I send a few of you guys, well, actually all of you guys, a list of questions that they may ask. And because I have a 10 years old son, so I'm gonna be a bit biased because he's gonna go to middle school, right? So if you guys were to give your younger self, right? If you guys were to give your middle school age an advice, right? Or if you were to go ahead and mentor one middle school kids, right? What one advice would you give them, right? To make sure that they prepare for high school, right? Bully is going to be there, right? The nervousness of how are you going to graduate and whether you can get a scholarship and whatnot, right? What is the one advice would you give to your younger self?
I have an answer for that. So I have 3 younger siblings at home who I've been helping through school and everything. And kind of what I always tell them is, yes, school is very important, but it's also really important to develop yourself and be really connected with the community, because at the end of the day, it's really the people who will support you and help you get to where you are. It's all about networking and that. And if you're always just focused on school, you know, and you don't really do anything else, colleges don't necessarily want to see that. They want to see that you're a well-rounded, interesting person who will be able to take what they've learned and apply it to different things and help and give back to the communities they came from afterwards.
I'd like to add on to that too. Like, I have a younger brother too, and he's in middle school. And what I tell him is to just like really try not, if he's gonna like, because I know my brother and he's gonna be going into the same program as I am, which is PACE for poly. And like, I tell him just to not compare himself to all the other students, just go at your own pace. And if you ever need help, just make sure you get the help that you need, and just worry about yourself before you worry about other people and stuff like that.
I can add on to.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, thank you. So I totally agree with both Debbie and Aaron, and I like to add on to like, don't underestimate yourself, because you are your hardest critic. And I found myself doing that for a part of high school, and I finally realized like it's okay, and definitely don't compare yourself to other people, because other people's standards of you aren't what your standards should be. And I don't know, I think you should just push yourself to be the best version of yourself, even though it might not fit someone's version that they have of you. So, yeah.
Yes, and also going off of that, I do have a younger sibling on my own. She's already in high school, but I have been giving her advice along the way as well. Like, take every opportunity that you can, because you don't know like what that'll lead to. I've taken every opportunity. I've tried different things. I've earned scholarships, and just do whatever you can to help is what I would love to say.
Thank you, Darren.
Anyone else?
I do. So one piece of advice I would give my younger self and anybody else would be just take that first step to do something. Even if you don't think you have a shot, it doesn't hurt to take that first step, because that means you can just keep growing to that next first step. You always have to start. You can't skip steps. I always see people, okay, let me just jump right into it and let's skip like 5 steps, and then they would just fall back down. But just take it step by step, take your time, take it slow. And that's what I usually root for, because once you take every single part step by step and focus on that step entirely, you can move on to the next one 100%, the next step 100%, next one 100%, until you reach your end goal.
Thank you, Dara.
Adding on to that, also a big thing, I know worries about like getting out of high school and like getting to college. It's like, am I going to get a scholarship? Like, what school am I going to get to? Like, should I even apply here? All these like fears and judgments you have about yourself and your accomplishments and how much it equates to your success later on are mitigated by your own inhibitions. So in order to like surpass those things, you definitely have to like take those first steps. And no matter how you think you're gonna like how much you think you will do or like believe it won't happen or will happen, you won't know until you do it. So you definitely, no matter what you do in life, take those opportunities like Darren said. I know I've taken opportunities where I was like contemplating, like, should I even do this? And you'd be surprised, like, by the interactions you take and the opportunities you do end up going through with and seeing like the end results with. So, to my younger self or younger siblings, I would that I have, I definitely would say, don't be scared about what you have to accomplish with or what you think you won't accomplish because at the end of the day, what you put in is what you get out, and the things you expect to get aren't always going to be what you actually get.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Well, I have something to say as well, like to my younger self or just to the upcoming like exchange students, little brother, because like it's okay to be like bad at something if you just first try it. Because when I first come here, I'm so scared to try out speech or anything else that's new to me because in Cambodia it's a total different like studying system, because we only focus on study. We don't have any extracurricular activity. So when I first come here, I was so scared of being judged by people. So I don't really want to try out new stuff. So, and I regret that. I only tried out a few stuff and I wish I would have gone out more. So I just want to say that like people should just be confident in themselves, and it's okay to be bad at stuff because at least you tried. Like you tried and you know what you're good at and what you're bad at.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
I very much agree. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. You go first. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Cody, go.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, Katie commented before L, right? So let's go with Katie.
Okay.
Okay, so
I very much agree.
can I go first?
Oh.
Okay. Right. Okay. You go first, though.
Okay. Thank you. I very much agree with like taking on as much opportunities as you can, and also with that to stay true to yourself, because at the end of the day you have yourself, and like explore your interests, and like whatever people tell you, you don't have to listen to them. Take on advices. Do just like stay true to yourself. Because personally I was focused in school on school more. I didn't go out as much until my senior year, which was this year. And I regretted it. I wanted to go out more, go to football games, because you're gonna meet new people, and it's always exciting to meet new people. They might help you out in the long run. So
thank you.
Right. Yes, I want to add connect with the Pichini as an international student, and I just got here like just almost a year, and the big challenge for it, like no, I want to like recommend for the next generations, whoever want to come to United States or who already have a citizenship in here, don't be afraid to fail, because I failed so many times already, and I got here and like try to study hard and don't be afraid to ask, because in here, United States, they have a lot of resources. So be aware of resources and ask for help. And actually, it's hard when you come to United States without knowing anyone. But yes, just try it. As long as you try, if you fail, you're still amazing.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's all for me.
That's great. That's all. That's all great advice.
Well, I think Pen, uh, you wanna go? I saw you smiling.
Yeah, I agree with a ton of the advice you guys said, and I was like nodding the whole time because I wish I knew the same things. I guess the one thing I can add is that something I wish I could tell my younger self is don't be afraid to change your plans. Like a lot of guys say, stay true to yourself, and that's true. But at one point in my life, like back in middle school, I had this idea like this is like my thing. I can't go outside of it. Like for a long time, I was just purely just an art kid, you know. And everybody knew me as the art kid, so I was like, that's what I am. But don't be afraid to like maybe like wonder like what if I try this or that, and even if you think you won't be good at it. And so for me, it was robotics. And so I did like robotics for 6 years. I was like, wow, I really like this. So then I went to do like other math competitions, other science camps, just everything. So don't be afraid to change your plans, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. It just again, like same with racks all together. Just taking that first step to accomplish something new. You'll never know you're good at something until you try it. So definitely throughout high school, I was able to do band, but I was a band kid. Okay, well, that's the same as you. I was like a band kid, but then I started, team production. I started to do drama. I started to try all the different activities around school. Granted, I did stay after school like every single day, but at the end, it was all worth it. Just trying that experience, getting that part of my life, try multiple things, multiple career choices, multiple activities, and get that on the back of your mind, maybe like back of your resources and stuff like that. Just making yourself a better person, more rounded individual as well.
Thank you, Durant.
So, Pendra, what do they call you? What is your short name? I don't believe anybody calls you Chanso Pendra, right?
Pen. She go by Pen. Yeah.
Pen.
Oh, Pen.
Yeah.
Your art is amazing. You're 18. Your art is amazing. What I think you should do, you should do art and just sell it somewhere. I'm pretty sure that people are gonna buy all your art. 100%.
Thank you so much.
No, seriously, you should just create it and pile it up and then just go to a show or go somewhere and put it on the street. I'm sure people will buy it. Just start something small. Just stay at home, because there's one girl. She started doing art when she was probably like 3-4 years old, and when she turned 16, she's like, her parents like a multi-millionaire. She sold one piece of painting for 200,000 or 300,000. One original, non-copy. If you buy a copy, it'd be $20,000 each.
Wow.
So if you go to YouTube, you can learn so much information from YouTube. I actually watch YouTube on 1 hour every single day on my treadmill, and there's so many information you can learn from there. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be. I can bet you are going to be very, very successful person in the future with just your art. But
Pen, just take that first step.
Really, really good. We all agree to that. We all agree to that.
Thank you so much.
Wow, that's amazing.
Pen, can we share your art with everyone?
Sure, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah,
but she shakes her head no. But she.
I was so sure. I was like,
sure.
She's so amazed right now. So that's really great to see talent. So at the end of this, you should probably celebrate that with that. So it looks like everyone else already answered that question, and then Mr. John Chen, he also has other questions coming up too, right?
Well, so actually, there was one other participant that she couldn't make it. So she emailed me at like around 1 a.m. last night. She asked me, she answered all those questions, and her name is Lekana Mut, and she graduated from Foothill High School in Tustin. She is going to Cal State Long Beach, major in chemical engineering. And her advice that she would give to her younger self or the younger student is the importance of exploring. I mean, this is like, it's very in themes of what you guys are saying, right? She said, I would recommend it because of difficult realization by the time that you are a senior in high school to choose a study or be expected to work for the rest of your life in that industry. So she explored a lot of things, and she took some courses in STEAM, and she's exploring in so many different fields. Um, I don't know. She wrote a very long response, so I will not be able to read everything for you guys, but I will forward the email. And to relate to Penn, this is my 5 years old daughter. She would paint, and she painted my entire garage. She painted my entire house, to be honest with you. And I just let her paint, but I get in trouble with my wife most of the time. And but the thing is,
Child labor, man.
No, well, this is she just want to paint, whatever it is. That's the one thing that get her out of stress. And now I started painting because of her. But I'm not gonna show you my painting because you guys gonna be dropping out from this Zoom meeting after I show it to you.
I can't paint either. It's okay.
Okay. I think what we should do now, if we would probably want to kind of like give an advice, each and every one of us maybe wanna, what advice can we give to them, and we can close this out. But we have to set a date. We probably gonna just email a date, I guess, the announcement date for the next thing, the next big thing.
Right. Well, I think the other one that. Go ahead, T.
Hey, John. So, after you guys answer the questions, I think that we as the judges should go ahead and elaborate on it, like Tony Lai said. So, if you guys don't mind, I'll start. So, one thing I hear is that you guys kind of like regret not doing certain things, right? So now you have the chance. You're gonna go. You're smarter now. You're more intellectual. You're more of a people person. Now going into college, take those advice from each other that you're giving right now, and don't look back on it after 4 years and saying, hey, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. Now is the time that you as an adult can make those decisions. And now you're making educated decisions. You're formulating your steps. Now as you move forward in life and you see a chance or see something that you maybe wouldn't do, and maybe you think that it's going to benefit you, take that first step. Like young man said, so and apply it and see if it works for you. So I don't want you guys to just worry about too much about school all the time. Like maybe you were in high school and you didn't go to all the dances. Maybe you didn't go to the football games. Maybe you didn't go to the parties or whatever. This is the time to like, hey, look, take a step out of your comfort zone, make educated decisions on who you hang out with, and live your life experiences, because that's going to benefit you the most. Your life experiences is going to get you past school and also gain a good network of people that you can rely on and you can call associates or in long-term friends, right? So that's what I would like to say.
Thank you, Tony T. So for me, I wanna add to that. The advice from me to you guys is I came here as I got a scholarship from Cambodia when I was 25. I didn't speak much English. I landed in New York, and believe it or not, before I got scholarship in New York, I failed like around 30 times. I failed so bad that I almost gave up. And then the last year that I almost gave up, I got a scholarship to New York, State University of New York at Buffalo. I got a scholarship to a college in Australia and another college in Scotland. But a friend of mine in New York said, hey, just come over here because I stay here, and I accepted. And I didn't know that he's actually at NYU, and my school is Buffalo. It's a 6 hours drive. I thought it's like Cambodia, Phnom Penh, it's like you can just go ahead and just ride a bicycle to see each other. So it was it's not a very pleasant experience because you can't see your friend that much, and you don't really know anybody, but it's the exploration, right? And also just give it a shot and don't give up. The other one that some of you guys already keep repeating again and again is that don't compare yourself, right? Don't compare yourself in the mathematical terminology is called game. In game theory, there's two games that you play in life, right? The finite games and infinite games, right? The finite games, for my team to win, your team has to lose. Soccer is a finite games, right? A lot of us, we tend to play finite games. We always compare, well, you know what, I have a better watch than you, I have a better car than you, right? So I agree with all of you guys that don't compare. Let's play an infinite game. Playing infinite games mean you to to win the infinite game is to stay in the game. To stay in the game is to be better than your yesterday. Not to be better than anyone else, but to be better than your yesterday. To stay healthier. How can you be better than your yesterday? When you be better than yours yesterday, you don't have any stress. You know, you just go ahead and try and compete and just go and give it a shot. And another advice that I would give you is just trying to have this particular. There's a Buddhist terminology, it's called mudita. In Hebrew, it's called fulgun, right? And what it means is that you are genuinely happy. You're genuinely happy to see someone else's success, right? You have a genuine congratulatory toward your friends, your families, your cousins, your neighbors. If they're successful, well, we can't give them a hug during this time, but just send them a very nice text. Give them a call. Be genuine. Like, for example, I'm extremely genuinely very happy to see all of you guys very successful, and hopefully you guys keep echoing that across the board. And then we are going to across the world. We build a very strong and humble and very long-lasting Cambodian community around the world that we can carry this on for the next generation. So I'm very proud of all of you guys. And again, after Dr. Lee and Tony Lai, I think if you guys don't have any other question, I might have another questions after that. Go ahead, Tony and Dr. Lee.
Do you have another question?
If you don't mind.
Let's have the doctor give the advice to the graduate.
Well, let's see here. My advice is to appreciate whoever have been in your life so far. I read your essay. Some of you mentioned that your parent worked very hard. You don't barely see them. Some of you mentioned that your second mom and dad are your grandparents. So in that aspect, you're very lucky to have grandparents. And I know some of you mentioned ta, yay, that joy, yeah. So after my advice, I'm going to have you think about it, because I think Mr. Tony is probably going to let you know that later on we'll probably cut and piece all this thing together, and then we want to air, like I mentioned, his station touched a lot of Cambodian lives. A lot of my patients watch and enjoy the programs that he put out, especially health. But they also would like to see, and hear of other things besides that. And I think they would love to hear how they have made an impact with their sacrifices when they babysit you, or they drop by you, or you become a young fine man and woman, just like Tony, turn around and his daughter is a senior. Sorry, I couldn't make it that day. I was out of time. So like, now, sorry about the bed. I'm in a hotel right now, but I didn't want this chance to go away and not be part of young people's life and, shaping and encouraging. Actually encouraging you guys, shaping yourself already. But I felt so strongly that our community, like, John said, we didn't have much graduates, coming out of high school, but now we have professionals. We have, doctors, lawyers, and, IT and entertainment and everything else. So we're rising and we're counting on you guys. So my advice to you is that, and I've seen some already did that, if your parents not there, reach out to your relatives. If you don't know anything, I go to my counselor office all the time. I was best buddy with my principal, and your kids go to a principal problem, I actually go there, and you can call them the teacher's pet or whatever. But I mean, coming in here in the early 80s, there's not a lot of things. There's nobody to show you around. But if you have that drive in your heart, you know what you want to do. Take that first step, like Ron said, that's it. Just take it and go. And and then your network. And you learn, like Tony said, learn from it. Put it to use next year, or next 4 years, and prepare the way. Your need letter of recommendation. Talk to your professor. Talk to volunteer. They can look for that. And it doesn't stop there. I'm very proud that my kid does a lot. He's a lifeguard at Long Beach now. He, right after he graduated on that Thursday, we did the drive-through. He said, "Mom, I'm working this." I'm like, "What? COVID? No, go on." He's like, "But Mom, I went through a lot to make this cut." And I enjoy being out. So, and then he enjoyed the football. You know, he always said, I'm very conservative. I'm like, you were with my auntie back in the 80s. Now you know what conservative is, right? We can't go to what is it, the grad night? You know, they thought that we was crazy. I stay home. Whoever said after school almost every day to learn all this stuff because school ended up too. Why are you after school? They didn't understand that, but I had to push through that. If I didn't go through all that, we wouldn't be here today. One thing I say is success is not final. So just because you succeed at something, keep going. Somebody said success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So like somebody said, you fail so many times, but the next time you make it, right? But you have that courage. The exchange students, right? Missing the home, but they know why. John said, why are we doing this? Let's share with them the why. Why are you doing it? When I keep the practitioner come to my office, why are you doing this to patient? Why are we learning this test? Why are we asking these questions to them? You always know the why, and they will keep you going. And that's when I was going to med school, and this is before they have union, right? For the doctors, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, walk in the middle of the hospital, go deliver a baby. I'm like, why am I doing this again? All my girlfriends are married and have kids and family. I'm married, but I'm not having a kid because I can't, because it's so rigorous. Then I knew the why. Oh, yes, I came from Pol Pot. I lost my parent. I'm an orphan. I was giving a second chance at life. I am equipped, with the grades, with the personality to do this. This is why I'm doing it. Not everybody's cut out to do what you're chosen in this life to do, but when you are, use that opportunity to have a good platform. And like somebody said, I love it in here, and I identify a lot with all these little things. I'm like, oh yeah, that was the younger me. You want to make a positive change in the community, in the world. You want to show it with action and not just word. Oh, I love my Khmer. Then you don't do anything for the Khmer. That's kind of contradictory, right? So that's why, like John or somebody said, oh, there's a prior I know John. Because, well, we're out in the community. We might not know each other's name before, but we know the faces. Like, oh, yeah. Bong Tony met me when I came back to, like you said, I came back to Long Beach for 3 or 4 years, but I grew up in Long Beach. Then my aunt got married, because you have to marry as a young woman. You have to have a man in the family. So she got married, we moved to Orange County, went to Irvine, all that stuff. And then did my residency practice in Orange County, but I missed Khmer. And so eventually I came back. But I never really left because I'm involved in churches as well. So I always came back to Long Beach with churches. But now professionally I'm in Long Beach. And that's my advice, is to take that first step, get connected, don't say no for an answer, keep looking for who may have the answer, and then network. And that's the key. And have that courage to know that you're not alone. And you're doing it for, somebody wrote it, I love it, it's Khmer American. We have a bigger role to play than just you. So love yourself, do what you love, but then also explore and see where you fit in your respective communities and what you can contribute to this world and leave a legacy. That's my advice.
Okay, John, what's your question?
I have you to say quickly, like in 1 minute, who you think of right now as a state that you want to thank. Oh, look, yay, or look, Fu, or mom, I appreciate you because of you. I am here and I graduate high school. I'm ready for next step, because you might do that little clippy and then we announce or whatever, these are the wonderful children of our community and these are the people that they have in their mind that they're thankful. So I like to have that at the end.
Okay, John, you want to go ahead and ask your question? I want to be the last person.
Well, my final questions to all of you, and again, just bear in mind that the very last, all of you will go ahead and take what Dr. Lee is requesting. So my last questions to all of you, make it very quick and simple, is that what is your proudest moment in your life or in high school? What is your proudest moment that you want to share to the rest of the world that you're proud of that, and why?
Start with Pen.
I can start. My proudest moment was probably last summer. I spent around 2 years raising over $4,000, And my family and I, we went back to Khmer and to Bung Cham and to my grandpa's orphanage where he was brought up. And we donated $4,000 worth of supplies to the kids there. And it was really powerful, like just seeing that I changed their lives, that they cared, and that they knew that someone was there for them and really cared about them. That was it's hard. It meant a lot to me. I'm really proud of that.
You guys clap but mute.
In a virtual
clap but you're mute. Only me that is not mute. Okay, go ahead. Who's Pen? Chanso Penta? You want to say something?
Can I go?
Yeah, go. Lida.
Yes, for actually, as an international student, like I want to say thank you to my parents because actually I was born in Kampong Cham and my parents didn't graduate from high school, didn't finish from high school, but they made me here because what the history of two of them is very sad because they came to Phnom Penh and only have one motorcycle and they sleep somebody house yard, and right now in 20 years they made me here. And actually before I came here I already failed the interview to come here, and then my mom said like don't be afraid, just go to try it and one more time, and then you might never know, maybe you can pass to come to United States, and then I do what she said, and actually I made it here. And one thing that I'm proud of myself is just like not like to show off, like because this is my first year in United States, and it is very hard to catch up with the United States education. But last semester I got all A of my classes, and I'm very proud of my friends and me that I have a chance to show our like Cambodian culture, traditions, social norm to the student in over here to know about Khmer. And in the futures, I want to be a businesswoman because I want to have my parents' business expand it more bigger, and I want to become a public speaker, like a good influencer to Cambodia because right now Cambodia is a developing country, so that country need a lot of educated person to help. Yeah.
Good. Anyone else? Virginie?
Go ahead, Pen.
You wanna say something?
Pen, raise your hand.
Pen, yeah.
Oh.
Is it on? Okay. This is kind of related to public speaking, but for me, when I'm trying to think about my proudest moment, for a long time I struggled with public speaking and speaking in general. Actually, like I would speak so fast, no one could understand me. Like no one would call me in class. But anyways, one of the proudest things I did was last summer. I was able to raise my confidence so much, and I'm very proud that I was able, after volunteering in my city's library system for about a year and a half, I was able to put together this 9-week program and teach Japanese, and I'm very proud of myself for that because I managed to grow, and then I'm at the level of confidence where I know I can achieve those kind of things, and so I was able to teach at my neighborhood library, but then it went well, so I was able to teach at the biggest library in my downtown area, and so that's something I'm very proud of.
Okay. Next. Your proudest moment. John asking question. Virginie?
My proudest moment is like it's not as big as Davy, but I was never just like Pen. I'm never really good at public struggled a lot. But my first year here, I managed to give a speech during the whole season about our country, which is really meaningful to me because I used to never be able to like talk in front of like groups like this that I've never known before. I would never imagine myself doing this, but because of that one time, now I'm just more open to people.
Good for you. Chandara?
Okay, Dada. Okay, so so public speaking. I want to give you guys a little note. One of my favorite books for public speaking is "Set Your Voice Free" by Robert Love. I think his last name is Love for sure, but it's one of my favorite public speaking voice. I'm a speaker. I traveled to a few states around the country and schools here I've talked to, but overall, just again, I think one piece of advice for everybody is just to like what's called just dream big and just do much bigger, because if you just dream, then you'll always achieve more than what you can dream, and just taking that first step will help. And one of my greatest achievements would be just being able to teach. I am a music teacher. I'm a traditional dancing teacher as well, Cambodian dance teacher as well. And one thing is just passing it on to the next generation, passing on your knowledge to other people. With just one little piece of advice to everyone will help a long way of whatever they're going through. And it's just like, build your perspective, build different perspectives. Like per se, like if I give you guys just one piece of information, you'll keep that. You're building your army. You're building every single book you read, you're having the author message behind you. Every single speaker you're listening to, you're having their message come through you. So build your army, read a lot of books, read more motivational speaker books, stuff like that, to build your army, build your courage, build yourself more especially. And then you can share that with other people around the world. And again, just being able to teach people is one of my biggest accomplishments. I was able to travel a few other states just to teach dance, teach music. I still teach online. And it's just one of the proudest moments, just being able to give some part of me to somebody else, and then they will continue doing that to the next generation. Because I mentioned this in my essay as well. There is no without no culture, there is no nation. For example, if let's say American jazz is very popular, let's say only 10% only survive, just like 10% of artists in Cambodia survive the Khmer Rouge, then they would also have to bring up that American jazz back up, right? So just pass it on to the next generation, whatever knowledge you have, so you can keep our culture together and keep our community stronger than ever, and working hard to achieve our dreams and doing bigger than our dreams. So remember, just dream big and do much bigger, you all.
Okay. Who else next? Chakra?
Yeah, bouncing off of Dada, one of my proudest moments would probably have to be getting told that I would be like promoted to become like an assistant dance teacher at my local studio. And just to let you all know, I'm a assistant dance teacher at Khmer Academy, which is like a local nonprofit that we have in Long Beach that helps foster Cambodian dance for the youth. And it was a special moment for me, especially since as Cambodian male youth, entering like a dance form dominated by women, it was kind of a proud step for me to be able to be recognized and say what you have done and your work that you've contributed to our community and our space is so good that we want to have you be able to teach that to the next generation. And that meant a lot to me, only because my former dance teacher was also a male, and he was from a Long Beach native who graduated from Poly, and just to be able to follow in those footsteps and be able to bring that education to the youth, just like that, teaching what you have and what you have to, what your knowledge is, being able to have to spread that to other people, especially one about a rich culture and heritage, just meant so much to me, only because I feel like being Khmer is so special. Our stories are so different and unique than many other cultures and ethnic groups, and it's something that I feel like goes underrated and underrepresented. So just to being able to share that knowledge with other youth and other peers, even at school in different spaces I perform at, is such a great opportunity that I'm so proud of to have been a part of.
Who's next?
Looks like Aaron.
All right. So I'd say my proudest moment happened last year in my spring semester of high school, and I was in ASB at the time, and what ASB does is, or during that time was, we would have an annual blood drive was in cooperation with Cedar Sinai Blood Services, and that year I was the head of the event, and I was able to collect 130 pints of blood for those in need, and just for those who needed blood transfusions. And the proudest moment was when, after the event, my favorite teacher at Poly, Mr. Mechna, he came up to me and said, "Aaron, I'm really proud of you for what you did." And I was like, it just hit my heart in a different way, and I was just like really proud.
Okay, Dalina.
So one of my proudest accomplishment would probably be earning my gold robe, which meant like I earned straight A's for all 4 years. And then it definitely, like, getting there was definitely hard. So during junior year, I became a tutor after school at my high school's library. So it just, like, using my own struggles and, like, my obstacles and, like, helping people, like, learn the subject that I also struggled with, or, like, actually excelled it or tried very hard in, and then teaching those different ways and trying to develop different strategies, because each person studies something differently, and just finding different approaches. And then after them taking a test or after they completed their assignment, like, just seeing like how much you can impact them and how much you help them is actually a really rewarding thing. So I think helping others through teaching is my proudest accomplishment.
That's good. We have everybody. Katie?
So one of my proudest moments would be like anything with Khmer Girls in Action. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It's an organization here in Long Beach. So what we did was we were collecting signatures for a ballot measure of schools and community first. It's for like to take some taxes from the big companies and put it towards the community and schools for us to have like programs, after school programs for students to go after school and stuff. And we made it to our signature goal amount. So I would say that was my proudest moments, because at the time I was a little bit shy. I was scared to go outreach to people and go door knocking to people's houses collecting signatures. So yeah.
Okay, we have anybody else?
I think I'm the last one.
Oh, you're the last one. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So I have a couple proud moments, but I'm gonna try to like sum them all up into like the main things that we've been talking about already, like teaching and public speaking. So just some context, I go to this nonprofit called the YMCA's youth program, Youth Institute, and we've done a lot of community development and teaching of youth. And they've given me so many opportunities to do public speaking in front of the mayor, the community development meeting of Long Beach. I've done some public speaking in Europe, and I've done some other Zoom meetings for like Khmer as well. And I've also done some teaching in different camps that I volunteered in. And it's all coming back to me that I was really proud of the kids that I did inspire and helped at those camps in those different countries, because just like a parent, I love seeing people prosper and be successful. And I want to see a lot more people be as successful as I can be or as anybody else can be. So those are my proud moments.
Okay, all right. Sounds very good. I'm probably the last person that I'm gonna. John has stated that he come in here as a scholarship. So I'm going to start myself a little bit of my background so that you guys know about me. I started learning English when I was 18, only for 1.5 years. At the same time, I worked in the restaurant after school from 3:30 to 11 every day. 2 years, 1 year in high school. You know, when you're 18, you have to start at high school and you don't even know ABCD basically. But I managed to pass the high schools and pass the next class, pass the next school. I go on to university, take it for like 3 courses, and I finished. I never had my good education, never finished my education in anything basically, even in Khmer or anything, because when I got to New Zealand, I'm 18, I'm an orphan. I went through the war. I guess you guys know already, your parents probably told you about it. When I got to United States, I have $0. 32 years ago, today, July 11, 1987, I landed in the airport, LAX. I had $200, took my suit to dry clean, and that's it. The end of the story, that $200 is gone. I got married without money, and I started with $0. I make a little bit of money. I work in the sweatshop. I work in the goldsmith. I work in a cook. I own the donut shop, and my donut shop got burned in the riot, in the 1992 riot. If you Google it, you probably see it. That's before you were born. I have $0 again. Mine is not even zero. I owe the bank money at the time. So basically, my life is up and down, up and down, up and down. And right now, I'm in a very comfortable zone where I don't have to worry about, hardworking or anything else, but I still have to work, to keep going. I started my own company in 1987. That's computers, and then I managed to move from computer IT into telecommunication. Basically, I do everything without school. So just to let you know that. So everything that I do, I run my business, I do everything, no school. I started TV in 2013, that is 7 years ago, 7 years and 2 months. Yeah, 7 years and 2 months ago, I started TV. I started file a corporation in in March, but we begin to broadcast on May 1st, 2013. So that's the day we start broadcast, and May 1st, 2020, that is 7 years and 2 months till today. And we are the only Cambodian TV broadcast in Southern California for Lok Ye Lok Ta, that Your Ta watching. Mostly, I guess you probably don't watch it because you wouldn't understand that. So I have overcome a lot of obstacles, way more than you. The reason why, because I'm a lot older, and I went through a lot. From public speaking, I have a TV for, I guess, 2-3 years. I cannot speak. I cannot get up into front of the I cannot get in front of the camera. I cannot do a thing. People ask me, come on, say thank you. I can't. I'm so scared. I shake my head, Then one day I went to film a commercial for John's friend. I met John. That's the first time when I met John. And John asked me, well, you want to go to a Toastmaster? I said, what Toastmaster? I have no clue what is Toastmaster. Because I came here in 1987 and my first vacation is in 2006. And I worked 14 to 16 to 18 hours a day, every single day. Every single day. No Saturday, no Sunday. When I was 1998, I go to work as a jewelry, as a goldsmith. When I come home, I buy gold and I make it as jewelry and I take it back and I sell it to my boss. So without education, without knowledge, without anything, you have to work hard. But if you have education and you have everything, plus the work hard, you become more successful. So back to John. But I went to Toastmaster for I guess a year and a few months, John. I guess because and sometimes and we only go there one hours a week and 1 days a week. Well, 1 hours a week. So I went to Toastmaster for a year. Not even a year, I guess. I don't know how many months, and then I was able to get back on. I was able to get in front of the camera. I was able to do interview because having I don't think you believe that the entire TV station run by a half of me and a half of the other person. That's the entire TV station. We do everything remote. Even right now, by the way, we are recording this. We can be streaming live to Facebook or YouTube all at the same time, but we are not doing that. We just film it, record it, and we will post it later on. But we just have one technical person I hire for him to work for me as a cost subcontractor, and me doing the interview or broadcast or go somewhere, and then we do a show with Dr. Lees and other people once in a while here and there. So that's how, because if you have to hire somebody to come and do the interview for you, I did before when I started. I had to hire these people. They say, "Oh, I can't do it. I only do it one a day. I cannot interview twice a day because it's too difficult for me." And some people say, "Oh, I'm not available at this time." So it's difficult, but I had to take everything to myself. I say, when I know how to speak in front of the camera, I'm doing everything. So now, so Toastmaster will put me in front of the camera, and I can actually stand up and talk in front of the audience also after I went to Toastmaster. Before then, I could not go. And Toastmaster is free, by the way. I guess you pay what, like $15, $20, John?
Well, $35 every 6 months. So
yeah, so 35 every 6 months. So that's really cheap. Yeah.
Back then.
And then you just buy little things here and there. That's not a lot. So that's Toastmaster. If you want to become it's public speaking. It's basically a non-profit stuff, and they're pretty good. And after you went through, you're probably gonna be able to learn to speak really good. One other advice that I want to give to you guys, I'm writing a book for myself, my story, my life story, because I talk to different of my customer, and everybody will want to see, want to hear, want to read about it. But one thing that I put in a book, and I haven't tell anybody yet, is you have in your life, there's so many hurdles. Okay, you pass one successful time, there's another one ahead of you. You have to keep setting goal all the time in the entire life. You cannot just say you reach your goal and you're done. You'll never be done. You've reached one goal, which is you finish your high school. And then you say, you know what, I want to finish college. And when you finish college, you're going to set another goal. You have to keep setting goal all the time. And you keep climbing mountain all the time. You finish one mountain, you climb up another one, you climb up another one. One thing that I think you might want to look at is if you can, is to follow other people's advice too. And you have to listen to a lot of advice, make a sound decision, make a good decision, pick a good one, and use it for yourself. Don't close yourself from people. When people talk, you listen and you learn. If it is not good, you throw away. It doesn't cost you anything, because the person that talk, that person teach. The person that listen, that's the person that learn. And when you play dumb, you learn. When you play dead, you live. When I saw there's a shooting in somewhere up here, I saw a guy, he fall down, he pretend that he died, sleep next to the injured person. The other guy didn't shoot him, so he survived. So I have, if you play dead, you will survive. And if you play dumb, you keep asking questions, you will learn. Now, the word ask is coming from the letter A-S-K, right? The K is the biggest circle. The S is the middle circle, and the A is the inside circle. So the biggest circle is the A. I would call the K. I would call that K as a knowledge. You have to try to gain as many knowledge as you can. You have to learn as many things as you can. You cannot just say, I'm only know how to do I'm only want to learn engineer. I don't know anything else. I don't want anything else. You cannot do that. You cannot say, I'm only want to learn math. I only want to learn science. You cannot do that in this society. You have to know at least a little bit of everything, because if you only know one thing, ingredient doesn't work on one thing. Your soup that your mom, your grandparent cook for you does not put only one ingredient. There's many ingredients, So you have to learn everything. The bigger the K that you have, the better that you persons are. The second thing is the S. The S is the self-discipline. You cannot be procrastinate. You cannot say, I do this later. You cannot do that. Last night you were talking about 10:30. Dr. Lee, John, and Tony T and I was talking about what we're gonna do here. And Dr. Lee said, I want to get all of the essay in one page, because you guys sit in separate, right? At the same time that you guys talking, I'm finishing preparing that, because I don't wait. I do it now. That's why my email starts with Tony Now, and my company is Tony Now, Computer Now, because I don't wait. Because when you wait, you're missing the next opportunity. You don't know what's going to happen next. If you skip now, you don't know what's going to happen next. And don't regret what you haven't done, but make the mistake that you missed, that you made a mistake. That's your lesson for your future to learn. And that self-discipline is very important. This is just part of I think that it would be good for you. And if you think that it's not good, you don't have to use it. You don't have to do it. You just, throw it away and think that, no, that's not good. And the A is also really, really important. A is an attitude. You cannot be, when you become a big doctor, and you say, I'm the doctor now, everybody is all my slave. You cannot be like that. Even though you are a doctor, even though you're a king, even though you're a leader, even though you're a boss, you have to look at other people, an individual just like you are. You have to treat them equally. You have to treat them nice. Because if you don't, you're not going to stay there long. And the person who are really, really, really dumb, that's the person that never care about anyone else, all about themselves. When you're smart, you care about everyone else. So when you reach all the way to the top and you say, oh, you know what, I'm the only one, no one else, because the main character doesn't exist if you don't have any other character, right? Now, with that combination, you must constantly use that word all the time in your life, starting off now. Keep asking questions from anybody, regardless of who. And when you ask, the only thing you will get is yes, no, maybe. If somebody gives you an answer, if you get the answers wrong, okay, you throw it away. If you get 10 answers, you can compare and say, hey, which one is the best? And take the best one. It's for you. When people tell you, it's about you. Ignore the people that criticizing. Throughout my 7 years on TV, over the air, there's so many controversial with the people. They say, I'm this party, I'm that party, I'm this, I'm that. If I follow like what they say, I would not have done this at all. I would not have the TV at all. You cannot be like a tree where the wind coming from the left, it goes north, and where the wind coming from the north, it goes south. And then you cannot be like that. You have to stand still on your principle. That's very important. Stand on your principle, learn. And one thing you have to avoid is, because there's something that you have to ask, you have to learn is asking all the question, everything that you want in life. You don't know, you ask your mom, your parent, your brother, your sister, your friend, your whoever. You want to, before you go out with a guy with or a girl or somebody, ask them first and say if that's a good person, because there's 3 things that could take you down regardless of how successful you are. There's a drug, right? That could take you down. There's a gambling. That could take you down. There's alcohol. That could take you down. Those 3 things, regardless of how much money you have, regardless of how successful you are. If you are drunk, you could be never successful. If you are a gambler, you're addicted to gambling, you will lose all of what you have. If you do drug, that's it. Your brain's fried. Because when you do any one of those, you become a different person. You are not who you are anymore. When you're drunk, you become someone else. When you get high, you become someone else. When you're addicted to gambling, you become someone else. You're not you anymore. So those are the three things that you should avoid throughout your entire life, because they are not your friend. And if friends that are into that, they are not your friend. But that's just my advice. And do that asking all the time. Ask. You can ask us. You can send John or whoever, send us an email asking question, post a question on Facebook, on anywhere. If you have anything, when you go to school, you meet some obstacle, something that you don't know about something, ask question. John is very, 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 very smart guy. He's a master. He has two master. He holds two master to himself. And you can ask him all kind of things there. And there is no way that anyone does not want to help you. We all want to help you. That's the reason why we created this. John, I see that you want to say something, John.
Well, I know some of the kids will have to take off and go to work soon. So
I know.
I'm going to make it short. So before all of you guys go, we just want to tell all of you guys that, if we will all have money, we will go ahead and just give scholarship to all of you. So we're going to just only pick the top 5, and we're losing sleep over this, right? But just want to let all you guys know that we are very proud. And to piggyback to Tony Lai is that I'm very proud. Tony only attended my Toastmasters that I created very briefly, but now he speaks better than I am. So I'm extremely proud of that. So the other things that, this is the advice from Warren Buffett. Okay, Warren Buffett is probably the richest, the second richest man in the world for a very long time. And he said the number one advice he gave to everyone is public speaking. And the reason that I everything is start with why. I always read this book and it said, start with why. Why did I create a Toastmasters in the past was the fact that I've seen a lot of very educated, very successful Cambodian American. But when you give them a microphone, you're falling asleep when they speak, right? I'm talking about they are very educated. I'm not saying that they are not smart, but the thing is they happen because our cultures, like Pitney was talking about, we don't do public speaking in Cambodia, right, Lida, like Pitney, right? So that's not a part of our culture. We are there to the pagoda and we sit down and listen to the monk chant. We are not allowed the opportunity to pick up a microphone and speak, right? So I think public speaking is very important, and I've seen all of you guys. I've seen Darren, speak a few times. I'm on the board of directors for the YMCA, so I've seen a lot of things, and I agree with Davey in terms of getting involved in the community. Just get involved and just give yourself out there. Every single day for the rest of your life, I can tell you this: problem will always, always, always increase. Disaster will always increase. After COVID, there will be something even tougher than that. But one thing is this: if you focus and knowing who you are, you have the clarity, and you choose to serve the community, none of that external stuff will really, really block you from who you want to be. So again, problem will always exist. But if you choose to serve through your clarity, you will always find help. The guys upstairs or the community around you will always behind you all the way. And I agree with everyone. Use your resources. Ask questions. And again, as long as you ask and as long as you reach out, as long as you have that white belt mentality that you always want to learn, right? In martial art, it's called the white belt mentality. It doesn't matter how much you know, but also have an open mind to learn. In the Japanese culture, they call it the empty cup mentality, right? As long as you have the empty cup, you can always pour more cup of tea there. So again, I want to thank all of you, and I'm very proud of all of you for allowing us this opportunity. So I know all of you need to take off in a few minutes. Do you have any last word, Tony?
I just want to let you guys know that I already stated this, but I just want to make sure that we are recording this session, and in the future session, we will also record the session, and we're going to put this on air on YouTube and on Facebook. And this is not just for you guys. This is just for other people to see, and hopefully they will come and join us. And don't forget, the next contest start now. Remember, this is now, the now guide. The next contest start now. If you want to start writing a story, you can start writing a story. You can submit it. You have 6 months to do so, and you can send it in. You can get $1,000. And your story, if we pick your story, we might turn it into a movie, into a film, into something, because I can do that. I have the ability. I have the capability to do that. And if we do that, we can, put on air, on YouTube, on something. And if we make money, you can make money too. And we can use that money to give to more kids to do the same thing, repeat the same thing that what we do now. So that way we have the going is like the machine, want to start moving and just keep moving, rolling and rolling nonstop. And we want to go it bigger and bigger and bigger for our community.
Tony,
So if anybody doesn't want to have it record, just let me know, and then we can cross out. But if you don't, we're going to put everybody on YouTube, Facebook, right? Is that okay? All okay? All right. All right.
David, you want to say something?
Yeah, Tony, I was wondering for the essay or the paper you wanted written, do you have a word limit? And do you want it to address like social issues in our community, or can it just be a story covering anything?
Oh, I'm writing the rule right now. It's going to finish. I've been writing the rule, so I'm running late today. That's why I sent it to you guys late. Could be anything: fiction, non-fiction, fantasy, dark fantasies, all different kind. Anything, no limit, open. You can write about anything. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, Tony, do you have a particular favorite?
My favorite?
Yeah.
I don't know. My favorite. I like adventure. That's my personally. My personally is adventure. I like to go into mountain or forest, and those are my adventure. That's my life. But you can write anything. You don't write for me. You write for other people too. Because we're going to have other people to help judge the story. They're going to read the story and they're going to see. The reason why I want to do this is because I see you guys, write so good essay, and I just say, that's not going to be enough money for everybody. So I'm going to keep doing this all the time, and that way you're going to get it all the time. And then this will encourage you. And you know what? Even though you don't win, don't think that it's a waste of your time. Think that this is your practice. When I start working, people cheat on me. My boss cheat on me all the time, and I never care about whatever they do, whatever they say to me. I just keep my head down. I just keep do what I do. I just keep. I work in the restaurant for 6 months, and I started from washing dishes. Within 6 months, I become a cook. I become a chef in the restaurant. My boss surprised. How do I learn? Within 6 months, I know how to do everything in the restaurant. So, and they pay me what? They pay me $3.50 an hour, and they cheat me on the hours too. But I didn't care too much because I'm a student. I just want something. And that's what you want to do. Don't worry about making money now. But when you become big, when your story hurt, when other people see that you have shown your talent, that's when you make money. That's when you become big. It's like, I think Penn, right? You got Penn, Chance of Pentra. I think I think what you should do is put your art for sale, regardless online, on Facebook, post it somewhere, put it for sale. Do it. Start when you have spare time. Start drawing. Start doing your thing, and when you're done, put it in front of your yard. You know, maybe Saturday and Sunday, just post it on your yard and say for sale, $20, $30, $40, whatever you can get. You never know when somebody come up that they like, they can offer you a lot of
Maybe
money.
I want one.
There you go.
Wow.
You have a certain amount of money.
Here's the thing, guys. Because of a few people will have to take, have to go to work right now, but I can help. But probably Penn can talk to my 5-year-old daughter. They can collaborate, and they create an auction house or whatnot, and then just sell everything to Dara, right? But we can talk about that. So again, Chakra, I know you have to take off to go to work at 3:15, and Katie has to take off. Tony T has some emergency, so you guys can blame on me for holding up, right? I just love to hear so many amazing. I mean, I love your writing, and then I love to hear. I'm very proud of all of you. I'm telling you. I know, believe it or not, Davey, when you come to Toastmasters, you was just you were like what? I don't know, very tiny. Right now, you're taller than me. That's fine. That's okay. There's no hard feeling with that. But every one of you, I just know, I know most of you guys. And again, I promise not to be biased with anyone. And everyone. I even have a secret shadow judge to help us out, so that I'm not. We're not biased, and again, whatever we do, we are proud of you, and we want to thank you for taking the time, very busy from your work schedule, to come and join us. And Dr. Lee, even though you have a few hours sleep, you agree with Tony Lai to come and help us out. So I appreciate that. So Tony, again, some of the kids will start leaving, so I just want to let you guys know.
Okay, we will record it. One thing that I would like to tell you is I forgot is that we're going to use your essay. We're going to send your essay to all of the students, so that way other students can read your essay if you win, right? Because that way, when they read your essay, they compare to their essay, then they can say, you know what, I think the judge is right. You know what I mean? So that, and we also want to post it online too, so that other people can see. Is that okay with that? Everybody's okay?
I think that, like John said, or I think you said it earlier, like some students, if you have objections, I'm just guess on this part, but if you have any objections, then let email to let them know, because we love some part of your essay that, we would probably read it off on air as well when we do part of this later on. When he comes up with that. But if there's any objections and stuff, you guys should email them. Otherwise, it's because you write it to them. That's ask John and ask Mongton, and just let them know.
Okay, that's it. Then I would once again congratulations, class of 2020, and we thank you very much. We're proud of you as an American student. And we hope to see you again probably in the next couple of weeks. And, we hope you continue to do the same thing so you can be successful in your future, your school, your life, whatever you're going to be doing. Okay, thank you very much. And goodbye, everyone. ជម្រាបលា
នេះហើយជាគោលនិស្សិតយ៉ាងល្អហើយប្រាជ្ញាដូច្នេះអ៊ំចាំមើលស្ដាប់រឿងរបស់គេទាំងអស់គ្នាហើយខ្មែរ TV នឹងជូនមកព័ត៌មាន time ចា
Okay, thank you.
See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.